Alrighty, we should be live. We're gonna be here for live severe weather coverage. This is an emergency stream, as we do have a very significant and very dangerous situation currently ongoing across portions of Texas and into New York State, as we have two different modes of severe weather to talk about. We do have an enhanced level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather across portions of Texas and the interior Northeast, so we're going to be here to cover all of that in today's live stream. But if we start out by taking a look at what we've got down here in northern Texas, you can see we have some significant severe thunderstorms here, with a severe thunderstorm warning for 90-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball size hail, and a possible tornado. So again, this is a destructive storm for 90-mile-per-hour winds. We also do have this tornado warning here for Seymour, Texas, which this did recently just put down a huge wedge tornado that had very, very strong winds measured on radar there. But you can see that classic hook echo starting to develop there with that, big time outflow surge starting to develop. So still some very significant rotation. Would not be surprised if we had this on the ground. Once again, we do have many storm chasers on this storm as well. And you can see rotation just now actually starting to get going there, getting its act together, if that makes sense. So this is obviously a very, very serious and dangerous situation here. This just continues to look worse and worse, but yeah, look at this next scan coming in, guys. Significant rotation. We have 92 against 90. So again, that's 180 gauge here. So still some relatively broad rotation, but if we take a look, you can actually see we did get a tennis ball size hail report here, just 2 miles northeast of Seymour, Texas. So that's why the storm is likely going to be upgraded there to tennis ball size hail, but again, this is warned for 90-mile-per-hour winds. So just an absolute unit of a storm here. You can see we also do have a storm back down into portions of western Texas here, all the way out towards La Mesa, Texas. This is going to be for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then if we go off to the north here, into portions of Kentucky, we do have a bunch of severe warnings. You can see we have a severe warning here. This is south of Maysville for Moorhead, Hillsborough, Waltz, Triplet, and Smile, Kentucky here for 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-size hail. And then we have a couple more down here in two portions of central Kentucky here for Mount Vernon and Eubank. This is going to be for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then a couple other severe warnings here for Columbia and Edmonton for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds as well. That's the ongoing situation in portions of Kentucky. Now we take a look at our severe weather threat here in upstate New York. It is starting to taper off slowly, but you can see we do have a bunch of severe warnings here for this pretty nasty little bow echo that is continuing to sweep across this region. As expected, this will make its way into portions of central and even as far as eastern New York State, but if you're worried about severe weather on the East Coast, you're going to be fine because we do have a cool ocean breeze bringing those very, very cold, unfavorable temperatures into our area, and you can see dew points are in the 40s, so very unfavorable conditions for severe weather on the East Coast. So really, those storms should start decreasing in strength in a moment there. Alright, but back to our storm here for 90-mile-per-hour winds with significant rotation. Look at that presentation on reflectivity. That is insane. And again, these velocities are very, very concerning. Wow. So again, the warning says that this is radar indicated, but I would not be surprised at all if we had a tornado on the ground. So you really need to make sure you're seeking shelter. If this is not on the ground, this is the closest it gets, guys. Again, there is so much hail that it's pretty much, it's virtually impossible here to see any kind of CC drop or debris signature with this. So we're likely going to have to just rely on reflectivity and velocities for the time being. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and pin that message there so you guys can see that. Alright, news for your thunderstorm warning. This is going to be an extension here for a storm that was warned for 90-mile-per-hour winds. Okay, it is still warned for now 80-mile-per-hour winds, so that still makes this a destructive storm here. So significant winds impacting this area, but this is also warned for tennis ball-sized hail, as well as a possible tornado. So this is going to be going out for places like Electra, Iowa Park, Holiday, McGargel, and Seymour, Texas. So if you are along Highway 82 in any of these areas, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. Again, you really want to make sure at this point that you're getting into an interior room, preferably like a bedroom, as long as it's on the lower level of your floor, because obviously this is a significant windstorm, so you want to make sure you're avoiding the upper level of your home during the significant winds. We did get a news for thunderstorm warning. I'm pretty sure it's going to be up north here. Yeah, so that's going to be going out for portions of Kentucky. This is going to be for Russell Springs and Jamestown, Kentucky, for quarter-size hail and 6-mile-per-hour winds. So make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. It looks like, as of right now, the latest scan has this rotation just weakening a little bit. But again, we had 180 gate-to-gate shear a scan ago, I believe. Or I guess at this point it was likely 2 scans ago. But this was the scan where it got very, very concerning. I mean, look how tight that rotation is, guys. And that was very, very strong there. So, again, this is tornado warning. This did put down a large rain-wrapped wedge earlier north of Seymour. It is no longer on the ground according to the warning, but I really would not be surprised if this is trying to or has already put down another tornado. Alright. News for your thunderstorm warning. This is going to be going out for portions of, let's see. Alright, this one's going to be going out for portions of Kentucky once again here. This is going to be for, let's see, Elk Fork, Jephthah, and Redbush, Kentucky here for quarter-size hail and 6-mile-per-hour winds. So make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. So a little cluster of supercells making their way here into the eastern portions of Kentucky. We'll actually be able to see that on the Ryan Hollyall cam soon, here in a couple minutes. But we'll definitely keep our eyes on that. News for thunderstorm warning here, going out for portions of far southwest Oklahoma. This is south of Altus, Oklahoma here for Frederick, Tipton, and Manitou. This is for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. The problem with this storm, though, is that this is a destructive, but this also has significant rotation. But the reason why we're even more concerned is because this is going right for Wichita Falls, which again is a very populated area. So we do not want to see this become long tracking, which it really has become. At this point, velocities have completely broadened out, so we no longer have tight rotation, but we could easily see this wrap up again, because it's done it before. It got very broad, and then it just tightened up really fast. Look at that. So, yeah, we're going to be watching here. As this storm continues to march its way east, because again, this is something that you really do not want to mess around with. I'm going to make sure that everything's working, because I know we have no one in here. Is my mic muted? It's not. Now we take a look at impact north of Seymour. Is that... Alright, I think we're good. Okay, they updated the warning, I believe. Still warned here for tennis ball-sized hail, with that radar indicated rotation. So again, if you're just joining us, we're covering our major dual threat severe weather event here across portions of the central and eastern United States. But we do have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning here for the west side of Wichita Falls and the surrounding areas there, as well as a tornado warning there for significant rotation within that storm. So we're going to be watching as these storms continue to march through that area. But we did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for our little line here moving through portions of eastern Pennsylvania. This is going to be going out for Allentown, East Stroudsburg, Mount Pocono, Emerald Lakes, Jim Thorpe, Kutztown, and Hamburg here in Pennsylvania for the threats of 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. So if you are in this area, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. Again, this line will not give up. It's trying to work with these dew points here into Pennsylvania. So we'll see if these storms do make their way into New Jersey. But again, definitely a very long tracking line here. So we'll continue to watch. But I mean, I don't have huge confidence in that line making it all the way, because again, the models don't really depict that happening. But we'll see. I really wish that cam was still up, but I guess not. Yeah, and at this point, the area of rotation, if it were to put down a tornado, would be completely rain-wrapped. So you will not be able to see this. So you do not want to wait to see the tornado. You want to make sure you're getting to shelter. Wow, okay, so Freddie McKinney has a great view of what looks to be a shelf cloud here coming into view. That's unbelievable. So, big-time structure from Storm Chaser Freddie McKinney. We're actually going to pull him up here. Alrighty. But again, he is above my screen right now, or above my camera. And he's giving us a view of what this storm looks like from the ground. So, if we pull him up here on the large live stream here, we'll get to that severe warning in a minute. But once this loads in, you'll be able to see some beautiful structure on the storm.
Love that rumble. That was beautiful. We almost got a part 2 of Nebraska. Almost did.
That is
not when I
just
saw
crazy. Again, you can see that greenish hue.
You got it on the stream, Chad. Did you guys see that on the stream? Did you guys screenshot
that?
that?
On this thing either. So you're getting wind-driven hail. You're getting hail up to baseball size.
Yeah, I do see that
likely.
up there. It's like warm,
getting driven by 80-mile-per-hour winds.
The air is super hot.
I mean, look at that, guys.
Think so? Well, today's just been a rain wrap.
So where you see all that green, that is a hail and heavy rain absolute mess there. So that's unbelievable. But Freddie's about to get absolutely slammed there. You can see how close he is to the storm there on radar. So he's likely on Interstate 82 right now. But again, this is 80-mile-per-hour winds, as well as, I think, up to possibly even as high as baseball-sized hail. And what? Wow, okay, so we got a 106 mile-per-hour wind report 3 miles northwest of Seymour, Texas. They could genuinely re-upgrade this to 100 miles per hour. I mean, that is insane. Wow. That just came in 8 minutes ago, so they genuinely could upgrade the warning. That's just unbelievable. So, this is 80 mile per hour plus driven tennis ball size hail. Just unbelievable stuff there. Again, Freddie's gonna be absolutely in the thick of it soon, so he needs to be careful. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you go hit that subscribe button, because again, this is a crucial live stream here for people that need this. So, yeah, this warning includes the west side of Wichita Falls, Texas. But again, there is a chance that they will re-upgrade this to 100 miles per hour, so they'd have to do it soon. But again, we got that report there from a mesonet. So this was a recorded wind gust. So at this point, it looks like the storm is becoming mainly outflow dominant, which again is going to just enhance that wind threat. So really what you're looking at with this is big time hail on mostly the northern side of this supercell embedded in this little cluster here. So this is where your largest hail will likely fall. Your strongest winds are going to be where you see the little bow echo developing. Alright, so this is going to be showing you, this is a sign showing you that there are strong outflow winds, which means that you have likely, you know, in this case, 80 to 90 mile per hour winds, possibly even up to 100 miles per hour. And so they did just reissue that tornado warning here. This does include portions of Highway 82 once again here for Fulda, Black Flat, Mankins, and Dundee, Texas. So this is a radar indicated tornado warning. So again, radar indicated rotation. But if you are in this area, you need to make sure you're getting to shelter. Because again, that is still significant broad and strong rotation. Again, if we look at Storm Runner Media stream, you can see big time shelf flood in the distance.
Yeah, I wonder if that just has.
So that is indicative of again, very strong to damaging winds. When you see a structure like that. So, and then you can see Freddy, he's actually a little bit farther north, and so wherever you see that green, that is under the shelf cloud. So that means that under that shelf cloud you have heavy rain, huge hail, and also damaging winds likely up to 90 miles per hour. And again, I'm going to keep saying this, but we got that report of 106 mile per hour wind gusts, which I think is unbelievable. Again, this was previously warned for 90 mile per hour winds. That's just absurd.
Okay, this was really cool.
So, pretty insane stuff going on right now in Texas. Again, we have 18 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. But all eyes are on this storm here as this continues to, you know, intensify. I mean, the rotation on this is just so broad at this point, though. Alright, new tornado warning here. That's going to be going out for portions of Ohio. This is going to be just south of Akron, Ohio here for Lodi, Westfield Center, Burbank, Ackerman, Stirling, Cannon, Creston, Seville, Acme, Wadsworth, and Rittman here for radar indicated rotation. So you can see that little hook echo trying to develop there with your storm going through Crawford Corners, and you can see that significant rotation right into here. So again, if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows in your safe spot. This storm is warned for quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour winds, but again, it is starting now to develop some significant rotation. We have a couple supercells out here in portions of eastern Ohio, so make sure that you are staying extra weather aware today. We do have reports now of trees and wires down in the area here for, this is near Morris, New York. This is in Otsego County. I've actually been up here before. I've been in Oneonta, actually. I was there, I think in August. Yeah, I just remember visiting this area a while back, so it's, you know, it's cool to see these areas under a severe thunderstorm warning once in a while. Alright, so new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be going out for portions of southern Kentucky here for Sparksville, Fairplay, Glens Fork, Montpelier, Jamestown, Russell Springs, Weed, Nell, and Toria. Again, in Kentucky, therefore, penny-sized hail at 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. But back down here to our Seymour storm. Looks like we do not have any more reports as of right now. And we look at reflectivity, and again, it just continues to look worse and worse here with that wind aspect. But thankfully the rotation is weakening out and broadening, which this storm has done it before, where it recycles and puts down another big-time tornado. Well, in this case, it had a big tornado, became very broad, and then tightened up again, but appears that we did not have a tornado on the ground with that. So I'm just saying that everyone out here needs to be on standby, because again, I would not be surprised at all if this put down another tornado, and I definitely do think that it could be a big one. But just before this entered the town of Seymour, you can see, again, this had pretty significant velocities as that crossed Highway 82 just about a mile north of Red Springs. So, as of right now, it's, not looking like anything too crazy, but alright, so just condense the warning here. Still destructive for 80-mile-per-hour winds and tennis ball size hail. That's crazy. This is radar indicated. It should be observed because, again, we have that report of 106-mile-per-hour gusts. Get back to stream chat here, just in case any of you guys have any questions. By the way, feel free to let me know down in chat if you have any questions about your location, because again, it's one of those days where it's very important to know what areas people are tuning in from, so we know what areas to really focus in on. But we're gonna look at Freddy's stream here, because I think at this point he would be getting hit by the line if he's still on this thing. So let's see. Yeah, so he's still not quite seeing the insane impacts from this. Okay, yeah, so you can still see the shelf cloud, man. He is so close to this thing. I mean, look at his dot on radar. This is where the shelf cloud's at, now advancing. I mean, it's gonna look so much more different. Right now he's getting some light to moderate rainfall, but it's gonna start pouring and hailing like crazy. Wow. The SRM is literally driving away from this thing.
To see if there was like a final.
Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning. This is gonna be going out for portions of, I believe, upstate New York. I guess not. Does it not want to pull up for me? I really don't know why that didn't come up. I guess it's just not flashing for me for some reason. But again, Seymour, Texas just got absolutely slammed by wind-driven hail. So we really need inflow. And outflow to continue to kind of strengthen there and also tighten in order to see this go tornadic again. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I am gonna say that it is possible, you know, that we could see this wrap up again and try to put down another tornado. So. Alright. That news for thunderstorm warnings are going to be going out for portions of southern Kentucky here for southwestern Wayne and southwestern Pulaski County. This is going to be going out for Delmer, Nancy, Chipola, Shafter, Trimble, Fraser, Naomi, Fawbush, Ingle, and Oil Center in Kentucky here for $half size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So they have now upgraded this storm here.
A couple of hours, so the radar is estimating just around 5.
If we look at our vertically integrated liquid, you can see it is actually starting to look much less impressive here. So the good news with this would be that we potentially have smaller hail falling, because you can see it did kind of max out there near Seymour, but it is starting to condense. It's right over Brad Arnold as we speak, so I'm wondering if he's getting the hail. We do not have a stream available to us, but we will pull him up here on my phone, so I'll be able to give you guys an idea of what we've got going on, where he's at the moment. Alright, looks like he's just kind of talking about his plan there for his target with this storm here. But we do have a new tornado warning here for Frederick, Oklahoma, as we do have a significant area of rotation moving this area. Alright, 2 new severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's see. This is going to be going out for portions of western Texas here for Big Lake, Texas. This is going to be for ping-pong ball-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you are in this area, make sure getting indoors and away from windows. Also note that there is a hail spike on that storm, so likely some significant large hail falling with that. I would like to note that we did get a 60-mile-per-hour wind report out of Maryland, New York here, or actually 65 miles per hour, from a train spotter in Otsego County. So, again, that storm is crossing Interstate 88 between Worcester and Sydney as of right now. So they never did upgrade that warning there for Seymour here to 90 miles per hour or 100. Again, it was 90, and then it got dropped, and then we got that 100 report. And, you know, it all seemed like they were gonna go back to at least the 90 tag, but they kept it a little conservative here with the 80 tag. What's up, X-Flare with CME? You're at the coast, and sea breeze boundary always goes to inland, and storms never make it here. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the East Coast, that's definitely what we've got going on, so that's the whole reason why we're not seeing that line make it all the way into, you know, inland, East Coast there. What's up, weather? Florida's in drought. You hope rainy season will be good here. I mean, yeah, I definitely do think that, you know, once severe weather starts to pick up there, you'll get some gnarly storms. But really the worst storms we have right now is focused, obviously, in the central portion of the United States. But really for the Northeast, it's been the interior Northeast there. We did just get a news fear thunderstorm warning for Claywell, Desta, Erin, Decide, Long Ridge, Browns Crossroad, Wago, Snow, Ida, and 76 out here in southern Kentucky for 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. So if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. But again, this is your line here that's going to be sweeping into the inner portions of coastal New England over the next couple of minutes there. Not really the next couple of hours, but we did just get news for thunderstorm warning here for Campton, Bethany, Fillmore, Van Cleve, Rousseau, Bays, and Foraker for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 70 and penny-sized hail. I don't know why I said 70. It's crazy. So back down here to our tornado warning for Frederick, Oklahoma. It appears that we might have a CC drop actually. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it looks like we have a tornado on the ground here approaching Frederick, Oklahoma. If you guys can see, we do have a pretty nasty velocity couplet there, and we can go side by side here with the velocities, and we'll turn on the correlation coefficient for the right side. Gosh, I didn't realize that we were gonna have a problem. It's fine. But if we look at the CC, yeah, that's a CC drop. So again, this looks to be a damaging tornado, as a matter of fact, here south of Highway 5. The location has not been in severe thunderstorm warnings for months now. I mean, assuming that you're in coastal New England, I mean, that makes sense. We have had a couple, you know, strong storms and severe weather events here, you know, here and there, but it really hasn't been a whole lot too much, especially for southern New England. A couple days ago, last week, I did get a nasty shelf cloud, which was really cool because I was able to watch it come from across the water, and then it went right over my head, which was pretty insane. But that was a pretty cool experience for me there, so I enjoyed that. But again, all the, you know, severe weather activity that we have going on right now is back in the eastern counties of Pennsylvania and upstate New York. So this will sweep into New England here over the next couple hours. Will it stay severe? Most likely not. Your location, you've never been in a tornado warning ever? I mean, I guess that's a good thing for you know, people that, you know, everyday people, I guess. But for me, obviously I want to be able to experience it, but I also, you know, don't want people's property and lives to be damaged there. What's up, Ben? But if you guys haven't already, make sure you go hit that subscribe button. We are very close to 1,120 subscribers, so if you haven't already, make sure you go, again, hit that subscribe button, completely free. And also make sure you hit the like button there on the stream. We're going to be trying to get the stream to 20 likes, so we can do it. Again, that might be a tornado. It really looks like it because it lines up with velocities. But we may have a tornado on the ground here, west of Frederick, Oklahoma. They haven't updated the warning yet, so we'll see. Alright, that's from Davis, so he thinks that this is a debris signature. So I'm just gonna make sure that that's what he's talking about here. Alright. Back down here to our tornado warning east of Seymour, Texas. We did just recently get a 1-inch hail report, so we do have quarter-size hail from the public. So, still some very, very broad rotation there. At this point, almost doesn't even deserve a tornado warning. Yeah, I believe that is actually a tornado on the ground there. So, radar confirmed tornado here. They haven't updated the warning yet, but that was a CC drop. I don't know where it is now. I think it's in this mess of contamination, but approaching the south side of Frederick, Oklahoma, I do have a damaging tornado. Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be going out for... dude, I hate it when they never pop up. I have no clue. Alright, maybe this one down actually in south of our little cluster of storms here for Olney, Texas. This is going to be in effect for the next hour and 2 minutes, 65-mile-per-hour winds, and quarter-size hail expected. So make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. Want one marginal risk in your area here in Florida? I mean, you'll get it, obviously, with hurricane season, but, I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if we saw multiple, slight risks even throughout the year. Florida definitely has a decent severe weather season overall. By the way, the northern part of our little cluster here is about to make its way into the west side of Wichita Falls, Texas. The east side is currently under that destructive severe for 80-mile-per-hour winds, so we'll see, what kind of reports we get out from that area. It looks like the strongest pocket of winds will be just south of there. But definitely will not be surprised to see some 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. So again, power outages will likely spike there. Alright, so back here to Storm Chaser Freddie McKinney. He is currently situated near Holiday, Texas. So it looks like right now he's just starting to get some of that heavy rain, very frequent lightning there, and some strong winds. Beautiful lightning. You can see just how frequent that is. It's like non-stop. Wow. Possible tiny hail starting to bounce around out there as well. So you'll be able to see that more clearer when the hail size gets larger. Still have not upgraded that tornado warning there for Frederick, Oklahoma. It is on the ground, That is a CC drop, or at least it was there. Now it's either lifted or just part of that contamination, but it did become quite damaging right there as it approached the south side of Frederick. So you can still see some significant rotation evident here from radar. You want to see just one lightning strike here. You want to be under rain, not viewing it from far. Luckily, you are your key EVX radar, so you get data fast, but you always see that sea breeze boundary on it. Yeah, I mean, it definitely kind of hinder our severe weather activity here, because obviously, we get those boundaries, bring all that cool air from the Atlantic Ocean sometimes. So, but our storm now has been downgraded golf ball size hail, still maintaining 80-mile-per-hour winds there, so it remains a destructive. But yeah, I mean, viewing lightning is always something that I've loved. See if the Burke Burnett cam is gonna start working. Yep. Oh. Not sure if this is, but I think it is, but we could definitely have a view of the shelf cloud there. As the line begins to move into this area. I mean, I would not be surprised. Oh my gosh, this is just barely on the edge of our destructive severe for 80-mile-per-hour winds. It's insane. Again, at this point, the pocket of strongest winds is likely occurring somewhere in here. But definitely 70 to 80 mile per hour winds throughout most of the warning box there. Yeah, and this line, as expected, is really falling apart here across portions of New York and Pennsylvania. I mean, it really does not deserve a severe warning at this point there for Allentown, but they're going to keep it. It looks like some rain here soon in a few days. You hope it's true, but the GFS is not really accurate, so... Yeah, I mean, if it's far out, we'll see, but... Or there can be an insane storm, but you're at school and miss the whole storm. That's so real. Although that doesn't usually happen to me, because usually, our severe weather events during the school year are in the late afternoon and evening hours. Alright, news for thunderstorm warning here in central Ohio. For Lexington, Belleville, Johnsonville, Waterford, Batemantown, Fredericktown, and Butler for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So you can see the little cell storm move in there. But again, I would not be surprised though if we saw some isolated, gusty winds here along this line as it continues to push off to the east. But really not expecting any severe or even really strong thunderstorms for southern New England there. I mean, I really don't know if that was a tornado south of Frederick, Oklahoma, because they never did upgrade the warning there. But it sure looked like a CC drop. So, I'm gonna still say that was likely at least a brief tornado, but it's pretty much impossible to see that now because This is about to go right over the radar site. Alrighty. Okay, new severe thunderstorm warning here. This is going to be going out for, this is going to be an extension here. I'm going out for portions of southwestern Oklahoma here for Indiahoma, Snyder, Manitou, Frederick, Hollister, and Loveland for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and a possible tornado. This is a very similar area, in terms of, what we were talking about for severe weather over the past couple of days. Because I do remember this almost exact area was under a tornado warning yesterday, I believe. GFS model shows tropical storm hitting Louisiana May 11th, but that's so far out, it's 0% chance to happen. Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's very unlikely. I mean, usually when you have a general thunderstorm, not too many people make mention of it. Usually when you have a legitimate severe threat, when others will take notice, so that's just kind of explaining why not as many people are talking about it as you think. Alright, new tornado warning. They did just reissue that warning here for Hollister and Loveland, Oklahoma there. Again, for radar indicated rotation and quarter-size hail, so make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. Our storm now has been downgraded all the way now to 70-mile-an-hour winds, and also ping-pong ball-size hail for Wichita Falls and Henrietta, Oklahoma there, or Texas. So no longer destructive. It's because of the enhanced risk up north. If it was just in Florida, everyone would be talking about the general risk here. I mean, yeah, everyone's got their eyes focused on the biggest risk of the day, and obviously today is going to be one of those, bigger days. So that's why no one's really talking about the general thunder. Wow, yeah, Freddy is right in this thing. This is what you're talking about on the ground. This is how hard it's going to be to drive. I mean, you're taking so many risks out here if you're driving through this, and this is on the backside of the line here. I mean, you're getting very, very low visibility. You have a chance to hydroplane, obviously, but you have super strong winds. And, okay, they reissued the destructive here. It's interesting. They issued it for the exact part of the storm that's bowing out here, supporting the threat of 80-mile-per-hour winds. So this is now, once again, a destructive for 80-mile-per-hour winds, but this also does the tornado possible tag, as well as ping-pong ball-size hail. So the only reason they issued that is because there's a specific part of the storm that's likely producing winds up to 80 miles per hour, And also, if you get a destructive or a tornado warning, it sets off the EAS alarm on, the radio and also on your phone. So that means that everyone in that area is going to see that warning no matter what. And that's why it's so important to issue a small warning like that, because that means that that, only the people seeing the strongest of winds will definitely see that warning there. So, but we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning here for Haskell and Weinert, Oklahoma, for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So, if you're in this area, make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows. But that's likely why they reissued the 80-mile-per-hour wind tag. Nah, but this is an extremely dangerous situation, so they added the EDS tag there. Something that you don't see a lot. It's La Nina fault for drought. You don't know why. It's just 3-year La Nina, just one El Nino year, then La Nina again. You just want a good El Nino winter again. I mean, yeah, for Florida, I guess, for El Nino, you guys are obviously on the wetter side, and then up north, it's a lot colder, so. Really nothing much happening at the moment other than still the 80-mile-per-hour destructive. At this point, that's really what's keeping us alive here. Because in the portions of Ohio and Kentucky, we're only really seeing a couple of 60-mile-per-hour severes. Really nothing too much. I mean, those storms are barely hitting severe limits. And then we no longer have any severe thunderstorm warnings for upstate New York. You can see literally this line continuing to fall apart because that sea breeze is pushing all of that, unfavorable air in. So the only thing keeping us alive right now is Texas and Oklahoma. Per usual, to say the least. But the 7 inches of snow here in Florida was great. Yeah, I know you guys got pretty insane winter. I believe that was like a 1 in 100 years storm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but something like that. Alright, our tornado warning storm now is crossing over the radar site, so let's pray that this does not knock out the radar site. I doubt it will, but just in case, because again, we also need that radar site for our Wichita Falls storm, which again is the most concerning as of right now. So, lots of importance with that storm. At 4 p.m. today, storms were coming to your area, but then they dissipated. Gotcha. Alright, chat, we're gonna call up the boys here. still some significant rotation likely crossing over the radar side there. So we'll be able to see what that storm really looks like as it continues to move off to the east. This little towering cumulonimbus in the background. So by the I'm already tired and it's only 9 o'clock. This happened yesterday too, and I was extremely sleep deprived today. There were multiple hurricanes last year that hit Florida, and your area got nothing by all the hurricanes. I don't know where you're at to not get hit by the hurricanes, because you're right about a ton of landfalls, but I feel like all of Florida got impacted at some point during the year. So, I mean, if you don't mind me asking what part of Florida you're in, I mean, I just don't see how you didn't get impacted by hurricanes. Because, I mean, you had Milton, you had Helene, you had Debbie, you had a bunch of storms that's kind of grazed the coastline. I mean, even just those three was, even those three impacted most of the United States, or most of Florida. Wow. Incredible videos coming out of this thing. Looks like I'm finally able to update radar scope, actually. Because we did get a new update from the app. Bro, that's not even updating. Alright, and Wichita Falls is now under a tornado warning. So they have actually warned this area of rotation here. It's starting to tighten up near Holiday, Texas here. The inflow is really increasing. So all we need is that RFD to kick into gear here. That there's outflow winds at this point. Which, again, it appears that this storm will not really have a problem with doing that. The area of rotation is right on top of Storm Shifter Conocoff.
Oh god, here. It's just my south, whatever it is. Yeah, I think we're right on it.
Alright, so that's from Storm Runner Media there. Trying to get a visual of whatever circulation is trying to develop here. And this is on top of Holiday, Texas. So the CC actually cleared out a little bit, so we may be able to see a debris signature if we get one, obviously. There's a permanent high pressure over your location. I wouldn't say it's permanent, but tomorrow on the SBC, the general thunder risk spreads towards the Florida Panhandle. Alright, we're gonna pull up the storm chaser here. Because he did give a report. I don't know how old this is, but he did give us a report here. I don't know. Gosh. I did not realize that I accidentally unfollowed him. It's crazy. Wow. That's a crazy video. And I'm trying to find the update you made. Alright, this was 1 hour ago.
I have a massive tornadic supercell just behind me heading towards Seymour, Texas. This is tornado warning. As you can see, it's really coming down now. The RFD surge is really cut in. You can see it's sculpting. Big inflow tail about 20 miles long. This thing is getting insane. If they issued the tornado watch, a couple intense tornadoes likely, this is what's going to do it right here. This thing is incredible. We probably have 60 to 70 mile an hour inflow coming in. Wow! Currently have a massive tornado.
That's what we had going on about an hour ago. So, this thing has just been insane. This is like one of those cases where it's like a on-land hurricane. Just wild reflectivity animation. If you work on the SPC, you would put a high risk on your location. Everyone would talk about your location. It's crazy. Insane.
Have I seen Brian? No. Or you can spam Brady 8 Brian too. You can spam any of those. Yao, Nachos make any of those or Brady 8 Brian. Either one of those. Alright. I'm gonna do the
can't go anywhere. It's just hydroplaning out the wazoo.
We're going very down here. Storm Intermedia. The only flash flood warning we have is way off to the west here, so I would not be surprised if they did issue a flash flood warning for that area shortly. Alright, news for thunderstorm warning here, all the way up back towards the Cleveland area. This is for Warren, Aurora, Bainbridge, Chagrin Falls, and Troy Township in Ohio there for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'm considering ending stream here just because I am very tired and we're not really seeing a whole lot much, and honestly at this point I'd be kind of surprised if we did still have 80-mile-per-hour winds in this area. I think that it would probably be okay to downgrade this, honestly. You can see, yeah, that's a radar indicated damage threat. But, you know. Alright, I see your message is actually in Chinese, I believe. So, I'm gonna do something interesting here. I'm gonna try to translate that. I'm gonna screenshot this. I can't copy and paste the message, unfortunately. We're trying to figure this out. If you're a real person, which I'm not saying you're not, but if you're a real person, I'm gonna try to read your message, because I'm interested to hear what you're saying. We're gonna use ChatGPT. Nobody make fun of me. So I just took a screenshot of the message there, and we're gonna put it in GPT, and we'll see if it can translate this. Alright, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but apparently this says, like, I don't know how to say this, but, like, XU has, hold on. It says XU has more 60 shell companies, rest assured. Not exactly sure what that means, but significant winds out here near Burke Bennett, Texas. yeah, we'll be able to maybe see if get any damage to that home there. They're in the 70-mile-an-hour considerable warning. Alright, they just condensed the warning. Still got destructive. Don't even know how. You're still looking at your radar and no rain coming here at your location still? Yeah, look at this. Absolute torrential rain. Damaging wind here on people that are moving. I mean, this is terrible driving. Expires in 27 minutes. How about that? It's like this is happening like with the world spinning around it. Like all these other storms are gone or are completely weakening out. And this one just still staying strong. Alright. Hey, what's up, John McKinney? Glad to see you in here. Storm looks a little bit messy right now. Yeah, I know Freddy is with his fellow chasers out here somewhere around Wichita Falls. The area of rotation has pretty much broadened out for the most part, so not really expecting an imminent tornado threat, but still make sure you're getting in your shelter if you are in Wichita Falls or Lakeside City or the Allendale area here. But I agree this one looks a little bit more messy. It looks like it's taking more of like a linear kind of, setup, if that makes sense. So it really doesn't look a whole lot too concerning. Alright, new tornado warning here. This is going to be going out for Devil and Randelette, Oklahoma here. This is going to be for quarter-size hail and radar indicated rotation. So I believe we saw this a moment ago. Yeah, so we do have some strengthening and tightening rotation here. They just went over Burke Bennett right into here. Yeah, look at this. Crossing I-44 right now. Very, very strong gate-to-gate shear. We have 25 against 78, so over 100-mile-per-hour gate-to-gate shear. It does not appear that we have tornado in progress, but we'll continue to watch this because I can definitely see this spinning up a tornado soon here. But you can see obviously a big time pocket of winds just over our cam here in Burke Bennett. Yeah, you can see it really starting to kind of spin around there, shake a little bit. It's absolutely getting slammed there by heavy rain. What's up, NATO dude and Adam? Thank you all for tuning in. I believe we are one away from 1,220 subscribers. So if you haven't already, make sure you go hit that subscribe button. So yeah, rotation's pretty much done here over Wichita Falls. We're not really seeing anything that you can really point out. It's too crazy. I mean, there's a little bit. Excuse me. But again, it really does not look too crazy. But pretty concerned here about our area of rotation going up towards Randlet, Oklahoma. This is crossing the border here of Texas and Oklahoma as we speak. So, again, if you're in this area, make sure you are getting into your safe spot. So, we'll see if that was a CC drop. I didn't mention it, but a second ago we did something that could have been resembling a very brief touchdown there. I don't know where our scans went, but yeah, right there. I figured that there was a chance that was a tornado debris signature there. But it does not look like it. Alright, new tornado warning. They just warned another part of the line here for Henrietta and Bellevue, Texas. This is going to be for radar indicator rotation, quarter size hail. Take cover now. Yeah, I did see this earlier. Down here near Scotland, it looks like we do have some rotations starting to develop there. So make sure that you are taking this very seriously, because again, as of right now, it is mainly broad, but it's starting to get a little bit more tighter there. So as this moves off to the east, we'll watch, how this kind of progresses there. But this is going to be going likely just south of Henrietta, Texas, near Digworsham, Walton, and Edwards. So we now have 3 tornado warnings here, all within the same kind of storm. Yeah, so rotation's still picking up a lot here down here near Randlet, Texas. We now have 80 against, like 30, 36, 35. So again, over 105 gauge here. Kind of in that general vicinity, if that makes sense. Problem is that we have a radar beam that goes right through where our couplet is. So, it's gonna take a little while for us to be able to see a full CC drop if this does put down a tornado. But I'm glad we did stay alive here, because again, it appears that a tornado is imminent. And we have another significant area of rotation developing near Devil here. And there we go, they just warned it. I literally called that out, that's insane. But new tornado warning here for Cookie Town, Devil, in Texas here. Seek shelter now. I mean, these things are popping out of nowhere. We literally pointed that out and boom, it gets a warning. Alright, that new severe thunderstorm warning is going to be going out for portions of central Ohio here for Berlin, Walnut Creek, Millersburg, Holmesville, Mount Hope, Kilbuck, Glenmont, and Nashville for penny-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as a possible tornado, so make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. But I am pretty concerned now about what we've got going down in Texas, as we now have 4 separate areas of warned rotation here. But look at both of these couplets here, near Randlet and Devil. So, we'll watch these. But this area of rotation here, we have about 54 against 45 there. So, about 100 gauge share with that velocity couplet. Back down here to our Henrietta area of rotation. Doesn't look any different to me, although we could definitely have some tightening rotation somewhere in here. Anywhere along this little part of the line here that's warned, that's where the National Weather Service is basically saying there's a significant chance that could wrap up easily. Because again, all you need is a little bit more inflow for that to happen. And they did give a tornado watch, I believe, for this portion of Texas, mainly for this little cluster of supercells, so... I mean, just an absolute mess of severe and tornado warnings here. Alright, significant rotation continues to develop here south of Randlet, Texas. And then our area of rotation approaching Cookie Town is also remaining very strong there. We have about 68 against 54 there, so over 100 gauge here. So again, at this point, I do think that we really need to keep our focus and attention here on these two couplets up north. So the northern one will be going up towards Cookie Town, paralleling Interstate 44. And then the southern one will be going up towards the Taylor area. So if you're in any of these warnings, you need to make sure you're seeking shelter. Alright, new tornado warning here. This is for Briars, Dean, and Petrolia, Texas. This is an extension of our tornado warning here for Wichita Falls. So, we now only have a tornado warning for the east side of Wichita Falls. Well, actually, this one's going to expire in 2 minutes here. But, still some decent rotation, worth warning here. Just north of Raymond. And again, this is going up towards Dean and Petrolia, Texas, over the next couple of minutes. So, if you're in this area, make sure you're getting into your safe spot. So, I mean, you can see all of these warnings here. Alright, new massive severe thunderstorm warning. This is extending all the way from Burke Burnett down to the Windross, Scotland, Henrietta, Bellevue, Wichita Falls, Petrolia, and Byers area. This is now for 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail, so we no longer do have a destructive. We still have a destructive, but that's the old warning. It will expire in 16 minutes, so we'll see if they let that kind of expire there. Or they could definitely cancel the warning. Just because the storm is now moving out of that area at this point. But still very worried about this area of rotation here. Up to the north. Looks like rotation is getting a little bit less intense here near Taylor as it continues moving up to the north and east. And our area of rotation approaching Cookie Town is starting to broaden out as well. So hopefully that'll be our good news for as of right now. Looks like they did just update the warnings. Still no tornado in progress with this tornado warning here for Henrietta. But remain in your safe spot if you are in the town, because the area of rotation is approaching there. So they should be sounding the sirens in these towns here. I don't even know, but did they ever add the 10% hatched to today's outlook? I'm wondering if they did. Because I know I didn't see. They did not. I'm almost wondering if that was the right move, because we really only saw about one strong tornado today. Or, that's probably not true, as far as I know. Which was pretty recent. I think we might have had a couple other decently strong tornadoes, though.
Big time hail likely. And we had baseballs earlier, we had softballs, we had ping pong.
Alright, our area of rotation approaching Taylor is still, you know, relatively strong there, but our area of rotation approaching Cookie Town is starting to broaden out. Tornado warning continues for Clay County, Texas. Still radar indicated rotation on both of these. So again, rotation just now moving over Taylor, Texas, approaching Temple. And then our other area of rotation is approaching Cookie Town. This has been like... I wonder how many days in a row of streaming this has been. If I'm not wrong, we've been live for the past, like... Okay, so we're here today, we were here yesterday, the day before that. The day before that. I think we've been here for the past week. I think this is the most we've ever had to be live for, or the most I've had to be, the most I've been live for. I mean, I'm assuming that there could have been other times where I had to be live every day of the week. I mean, I'm just now starting to think, maybe not. Maybe this is the biggest stretch of severe weather we've seen. I mean, just, you know, in terms of back-to-back days. Insane. Train Spotter did record just now a 70-mile-an-hour wind report in Burnett, Texas. Burnett. So again, likely not seeing 80-mile-per-hour winds, but definitely some 70-mile-an-hour winds. Crazy we still have destructive in this area. Alright, new tornado warning here. This is going to be going out for Temple, Walters, Wichita, and Comanche, Texas, or Oklahoma here, for quarter-size hail and radar indicated rotation. So, this is going to be for the area rotation going over Taylor right now. wow. So, the Burke Burnett camera has been knocked out by this storm. It's insane.
View to the west.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Storm Runner Media has
Freddie, I'll
insane
text you
flash
which one
flooding
I'm
right
at.
now.
I doubt you'll want to do it because it was on the more expensive side of things, but
Crap.
Well, guys, this is the aftermath of the insane storm we just chased. All the way from
The group chat here.
pretty much.
you know how far down was the flooding? Did you go back west?
Yeah, I just went due west. Just follow the light and you'll find the flooding. It's pretty bad. I'm in the Little Caesars parking lot.
Wow.
Guys, I'm gonna attempt to.
Y'all are in Wichita Falls, and I just went through Wichita.
Look at that, guys.
That's funny.
I'm glad we pulled that up. So, Storm Runner Media is in Wichita Falls, Texas right now, and has pretty insane flash flooding ongoing right now. So, again, that's really not good considering how big of an area that is, you know, in terms of population. We may have just had an unwarned tornado in Cushing, Oklahoma. Let's look that up. Alright, let's see. I do not think that was a tornado. That's contamination. Oh, I have a baseball game up? Oh, shoot. That's insane. Alright, we need to fix that stat. That's actually not the first time that's happened. I had like a full half game of a baseball game play on my stream. What even chased? Do we have PA storm trackers? Like, do we have anybody actually? We do have PA storm trackers. I'm wondering if we have Ashton Henry. Or we do not. Alright, let's do PA storm trackers. That's crazy though. Oh wow, okay, so they are in Wichita Falls, Texas. Alright. Yeah, no tornado on the ground. Oh yeah, I just realized that that's a huge copyright strike. Alright, let's hope that nothing bad happens here. Alright, back over here to our tornado warnings. I believe this is a new one here. Or no, this is the same warning, okay. So yeah, that's a very broad area of rotation there, as well as our area at Temple, Texas. Our area of rotation that just went through Wichita Falls is starting to tighten up a little bit near Petrolia. And then down here near Henrietta. I don't know if that was rotation, Weston. I mean, that thing has a special weather statement, so I really doubt that we have a tornado going on there. Yeah, that was not a tornado. I'm just gonna say that. New giant severe thunderstorm warning here for Marlow, Duncan, Geronimo, Walters, Temple, Waurika, Ryan, and Comanche, Texas here for 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. I'm telling you, they need to issue a flash flood warning, and, well, they actually have, but they need to issue one farther south as well. Again, Storm Runner Media now has stalled cars.
There we go.
This is insane.
Now, essentially what I was trying to do,
You can see just the flash flooding
this.
really escalating there.
Angle.
Yeah, look at that flooded intersection, guys.
Oop. On the curb. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
One car down, I think.
Oh, brother.
That's scary. That car's cooked.
That's all the way up past the...
Oh my gosh.
the bumper.
What? No
That car
way.
probably just ruined it. But...
Definitely some water in the intake.
That car just made it out of the floodwaters. The engine is cooked though. I can't believe that car made it out.
It never floods like that in that area.
Yeah, turn around, do not drown, guys.
And the drains must be clogged.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just like what DL said there, I think, the drains must be clogged, and I think that they would be clogged with debris there from the actual storm. So that's a big issue with these storms, is that you can get a ton of debris, obviously, from, severe weather and tornadoes, but also that's going to clog up the drains with that heavy rain. Also, significant rotation trying to get going here near Cookie Town. This has been warned for a while. It got very broad, but it's starting to strengthen again. So we'll watch as this continues to try to re-intensify. Right, I did just get a new special weather statement for my location. Let's check this out. If it's elevated fire, I'm gonna freak out. Bro, it is. Gosh, I'm done with the fires. Yeah, you can see some first responders have made it to those floodwaters there. I mean, look at that.
Comes the waves.
Just completely flooded out there. Alright, news for thunderstorm warning. Going out for Spring Creek, Elbert, and let's see, give me another town name. Nope. Areas north of Throckmorton, Texas, for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Get indoors and away from windows there. I hope Aaron J-Jack is okay. Either he's getting insane flash flooding too, but I think he hasn't been moving for a while. Yeah, he's on the side of this. He's in a parking lot. Okay. But not too far away from him is SRM at this major intersection where we have flooded roads as well as first responders on the scene.
Closing on 88.6 thousand subs. That's basically 1,000 new subscribers today, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much.
The fire truck is now trying to make it through the waters.
I'm very confused about what's happening right he's not blocking the road, he was just going through. Well, guys, the tornadic storms appear to have gone away from us. They're pushing off to the east, and we are still sitting here in Wichita Falls, so to try and punch back ahead and get on those would be difficult to impossible, I think. It doesn't seem like very...
So they're going to attempt to make it through Wichita Falls to get to the storm again, so... I mean, now is the time, because significant rotation developing. It looks like, actually, at this point, that this is just straight line winds. I mean, it's just so far away from our couplet that it really doesn't look like a rotation at this point. But significant pocket of winds, could even be a microburst. That is a very high possibility here. But some pretty strong downburst winds here crossing Interstate 44 near Cookie Town.
Tight with me here for 1 second. I'll put you guys back on the roof.
Good night, Aim here. Thanks for tuning in.
Non-tornadic, beautiful photogenic supercell hook on the Cushing storm. Saw that. Believe. So flooding threshold is like 17 feet for this river near your town. It's supposed to crest tomorrow at 21 feet. Wow. Yeah, I mean, flash flooding is definitely going to be a big possibility. And we're seeing that down there in Texas.
Anyhow, working on setting up the redirector right now.
Hello?
Hello? Still sending it through. I need to get Starlink back.
Looks like Stormrunner Media is gonna end off their YouTube stream. So
In just a second, we've got this big. I mean, Dan, this is a huge severe thunderstorm.
I'm gonna let Brady know what we've got going on.
Look at that. I would agree. It kind of looks like a stocking, doesn't it? Yeah, to go along with the Christmas colors. Like a little candy cane out there. I guess that could be like a dino. It's the dino. It is. His stocking. It is. Yeah. Stu said keep an eye on this storm. I think so, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that storm. That's a nasty looking storm right there. I don't like that. Alright. This is what I like showing this. So this right here. Let's just go to now. Okay. So what we're looking at right here, this is actually very interesting. So see this red and purple right here? That's the tornado parameter. So excuse me. The darker the color, the more purpley the color. That's the
Pretty
best way.
significant looking
Purpley the color. The
looking
more
supercell here. Here.
better conditions you
Elbert,
have for
Texas.
tornadoes. So
Still a possible microburst going on down here near Cookie Town.
for tornadoes. I'm so bad at drawing.
No, that's perfect depiction.
This is supposed to be a cap, guys. Like that's supposed to be the cap of a bottle. It's just not.
Didn't think it was anything else.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't think it was anything else. Okay, so we're still tracking these storms.
Yeah. Look at that notch that's starting
Yeah.
to, looks like it's starting to form.
Big time notch here, yeah. And almost every time, guys, when a storm enters the best conditions for tornadoes, it develops a notch and it makes a go at it, right? Makes a go at dropping a tornado, and this thing is gonna make a go. Near Throckmorton. Who came up with that town name?
Oh.
Alright, news for thunderstorm warning here. This is going to be going out for portions of northern Texas. I believe it's down here. This is going to be for Bowie, Nacona, and Muenster, Texas, for 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows. So, this storm down here near Throckmorton, Texas, is starting to really take on that classic supercell shape there, with a pretty nasty hail core developing of over 70 dBZs there, up to 73. And it does have a pretty clear inflow notch developing as well. You can see vertically integrated liquid is maxed out for a pretty large area, so very concerning supercell there. Thankfully, Brad Arnold made the right decision somehow and knew that that cell was going to end up being discrete, and sure enough, it looks like this thing could produce.
I would love that. I'll go to the mayor of Throckmorton and explain why it's now Throckmorton and not Thronk. Okay. Let's check in with Jordan Hall, see if we have a good view of this. Whoa, big time lightning.
Looks like SRM's attempting to get through the flooded roads. So, let's see.
Oh god. There goes a peanut.
Yeah, looks like he made it. Guess I didn't really see when he was going through it, but...
Oh god.
Okay, no nuts on the chase.
I know. This is like, this is good because it helps me. But like, brother, I just like, I don't know what it is, but like, I just don't chew. I don't chew nuts. I don't know why. No nutty business. No nutty business on the stream.
Oops. Sorry about that, everyone.
No way. Kyle, have we had any mezzos or anything out lately? I don't believe so. No. Wow. Live camera looks pretty, getting some pretty good lighting on this one. Wait, you got that in the bottom right. Oh, that's the one. Whoa! Whoa! What's going on here? That's gotta be wind, right, guys?
Where's that at?
Or there's like a. This is in Lawton. That's right, guys.
Good rain.
Make sure you smash your mouse to like and subscribe. I'm telling you guys, we've got 125 people in here. If any of you
I need tornado warning here.
likes what you're
from Marlo and Duncan,
so inclined to smash you
Oklahoma.
bastards. Okay, hold on. Say that later.
Tornado warning for east central Comanche County in southwestern Oklahoma, northwestern Stevens County in southern Oklahoma, northeastern Cotton County in southwestern Oklahoma.
This is a mega. This has got to be mega wind that we're looking at right now. I mean, this is just nuts. Either that, or it's like a biblical. It's like a biblical swarm of bugs. I don't think that's it. I think this is pretty strong wind here in Lawton.
It almost looks like you pulled up a snowstorm.
I know. It's crazy. But the tree doesn't. I mean, the tree that I'm looking at. Like, it doesn't look like it's gusting that strong. It doesn't look like it's blowing. I mean, this looks like the end of the world right here, guys. Wow.
Back to storm intermediate here. You can see some
That new warning, they're saying that it's gonna probably be rain wrapped.
ponding
Okay.
developing there on the roadways. You can also see some lightning illuminating the clouds there off to their east. But really hoping that we don't see anything like what we had back there on that old intersection where we had that insane flash flooding. That was pretty intense there. But news here, thunderstorm warning here for McGargel and Archer City, Texas here for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. What's up, Storm Chaser 575? Just open your window and you're gonna sit back and relax and enjoy the lightning show. That's the way to go, dude.
Just let that tornado warning down.
That's
Here, it's
awesome.
That was an update. I'm gonna put that camera right there because it's just insane. We still have a tornado warning down here. Rotation isn't as strong, but a little Christmas colors here down here, guys. Got a Christmas tree. Christmas tree. That's why we've got.
Bree just said this is a Christmas tree. Got Christmas colors. Let's see how good I can draw a Christmas tree on stream. I always thought I was good at this. Now the other side is the hardest part because that's when you can really mess it up. Hey, look at that. That turned out to look very nice. That is beautiful. Nice little Christmas tree there. We have 17 likes. If we can get to 20 likes, that would be great. Much appreciated. We are 1 subscriber away from my goal for today. I would be very pleased if we could get 3 more likes and 1 more subscriber. Alright, new day 1 outlook. Let's check that out. Alright, our new day 1 outlook here. Alright. This is 3Z. This was issued at 8:04 p.m. Central. This is not new. Well, this is like 2 hours old, or like 1 hour. Something like that. Yeah, so still at 5% toward threat. Still a hatched wind and hail threat. Tomorrow also looks quite significant with that slight risk and effect. We will see if they upgrade. I don't think they will, but there's a chance. I definitely do think New England could get into some severe weather action as well. Yeah, just no self-promoting in the chat, guys. I mean, I don't want to be a nuisance, but... Hey guys, just no self-promoting. That's all. Still a possible area of strong downburst winds, or really what I think could have been a microburst. Oh, there's our Christmas tree. Let's get some nice greens and reds. Let's get a velocity couplet Christmas tree. It's a beauty. I'm gonna screenshot that. This is for Stormcat 5. Storm Media actually ended off their live stream here on Radar Omega. I don't know why it took me a while to process what that was. Oh yeah, I guess you are getting some storms out here in your sky it took. Still can't believe you're under that PDS. I wouldn't be surprised if they did actually issue a severe thunderstorm warning for one of those storms. So we'll see. Alright, tornado warning did there. Storm is really starting to grow in size there, up to 53,000 feet near Throckmorton, or Throckmorton. Would not be surprised to see this start popping off some rotation. Looks like a merger is also coming in from the north. Bro, I want Stormrunner or Stormcat 5 to raid me so bad, because he said he would. And I believe every night he does a redirect to a young streamer. And he said he would do it to me. It just has not happened yet. But he's growing his live audience like crazy. So, if he does a redirect right now, we would have over 120 people watching, which would be insane. He definitely knows that I stream. I just don't know if he knows that I'm live now, and I don't know if he's gonna end off soon. I want someone to tell him, like, go raid Mr. Storm, but I don't know. I'm in live here for 2 hours. Guys, we're locking in today. Christmas tree. What do you know? The Mets won. Nice. $21-9, baby. Forgot they were home.
Okay. We're getting all these cams up right now. Putting every cam I got on this. We're gonna look at it in the mega box. You know how they have the octabox for football? This is the octabox, guys.
Alright. I think at this point, it's pretty much safe to end off stream. So I appreciate all of you for coming to watch. This has been a very successful stream. We had 17 likes, gained a couple subscribers, had some new folks come in. So if you haven't already, go make sure that you go down below and hit that subscribe button. And also smash that like button. Smash it. Just so that this channel can become more popular. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So thank you all for tuning in. See you guys in the next video. I'm tired.